Hello, everyone. The problem that we have right now is an indefinite integral that has a quadratic function and a binomial in the denominator. It's a fraction. It's a fraction. We have three different paths for a fraction in this case for an AP test. Number one, you factorize the numerator and then you cancels out with the denominator and then apply the integral theorem. Number two, in this case, you could just try to do U substitution, but we can see that the numerator does not work with the denominator for a U substitution. Direct factorization does not work because, as we can see, there are no two numbers that multiply each other will give me, in this case, -5, and if you add or subtract, will give you -1. So in this case, the third option that I have in this case, if you have to think on the spot, is a long division. Okay, it's a long division. The part that we see on pre-calculus, for example, we have the denominator is your divisor. So that's your first x plus 2. The first thing you're going to do is write that divisor over, and then we're going to divide with the dividend, which is the numerator, x squared minus x minus 5. And then we're going to start, okay? So I need a variable or a number here, an expression that multiplies by x will give me x squared. That one is just x, right? I'm going to have x times x is x squared. Then I'm going to have x times 2 is 2x plus 2x. Then I'm going to draw a line. Remember that in multiplication, you add the numbers. In division, you do the opposite. You subtract. So that reason why I'm going to open a parenthesis and I put a negative, and the signs are going to switch to the opposite. Negative and positive is negative. Negative and positive is negative. And then I'm going to simplify. These two cancels out. And then I have negative x minus 2x is equals to negative 3x. Let's drop -5. With the same principle, we're going to use here, in this case, -3. Remember, if I use -3, then I'm going to subtract, so it's going to switch to positive, so it cancels out. So -3 times x is -3x. -3 times 2 is -6. Then we're going to subtract is division. Negative and negative is positive. Negative and negative is positive. 3x cancels out. -5 plus 6 is +1. So what we're going to do, okay, so I have integral from 1 to 2 of x squared minus x minus 5 over x plus 2 dx becomes, in this case, the integral from 1 to 2 of, we're going to do the quotient first, x minus 3 plus, and then we do the remainder over the divisor, 1 over x plus 2 dx. Don't forget the dx. Remember that we have 4 different options, and we're going to keep an eye on those ones. So now we're going to integrate. We're going to do a step by step. We're going to take our steps. So we're going to have integral from 1 to 2 of x dx minus integral from 1 to 2. This is a 3, so I'm going to put it outside the integral sign. Dx plus integral from 1 to 2 of dx over x plus 2. And now what I'm going to do is apply the theorem, and I'm going to have x squared over 2 minus 3x plus ln of x plus 2, evaluated from 1 to 2. Now, why I don't use the absolute value bars? Because the x plus, this case, we're evaluating with positive numbers. So there is no risk. And the x plus 2 is positive, so there is no risk to have a negative number or we have a 0. So we don't need the absolute value bars in this case. Now what we're going to do, evaluate. So I have 2 to the second power over 2 minus 3 times 2 plus ln of x plus 2. This one is 2 plus 2 minus. Now we're going to the lower number. So we have 1 over 2. let's put 1 squared, minus 3 times 1 plus ln of 1 plus 2. Let's simplify. So I have 2 to the second power is 4 divided by 2 is 2 minus 6 plus ln 4 minus 1 to the second power is 1 over 2 is 1/2. Negative and negative is positive. 3 times 1 is 3. Then I have negative and positive is negative ln 3. Okay, let's continue simplifying. This is a simplification game. 2 minus 6 is 4. Then I have negative 4 plus 3 is negative 1. Now, negative 1 minus 1/2 is equals to negative 3 over 2. Negative 3 over 2 equals negative 3 over 2 plus ln 4 minus ln 3. Now here, if you are running out of time in an AP test and you are very sure of your answer, like you have negative 3 over 2, you can see that one of the options is negative 3 over 2, and you mark that one as your correct answer in this case, because I am very positive that my negative 3 over 2 is correct. So I will just circle A and move on to the next problem. And but if you're not sure, if you're one of those, I need the fraction, and you have the time, negative 3 over 2 plus, remember the properties of logs that says ln of A minus ln of B is the same as ln A over B. We have a subtraction of logs, is a division. So this one is ln of 4 over 3, and definitely my option A is the right answer for this problem. Remember, again, recap, we are evaluating definite integrals. Also, we are building notation fluency by applying all these symbols. Also, we are implementing algebraic computational processes that will help us to find the solution of the problem. A lot of practice is needed to get to this point, especially to identify what are we going to do. If we know how to factorize by trial and error, that's a plus, a big plus, I will say, because it will help us identify that this one cannot be factorized directly, and then we move on to the next step and then move on to get to the solution. If you have any question in the comments, I would love to help you. Have a good day.